This is the Iradio UV 98 Plus. I really have not been doing any reviews lately on HTs, but this one intrigued me a little bit because it has a special, it does something that other ones don't do. There's a few out there that do, but this will do the HF band too. And it will actually transmit on FM on 10 meters and 11 meters. So that's something different. And it actually does work, but it also will receive on other HF bands. And I will put some clips of that later in the video, so make sure you stick around for that. First of all, I'd like to thank Banggood for sending this to me to review for you guys. As always, the review is my own opinions, and also they're not telling me what to say. They're not looking at the video before I post it. All right. So first of all, this is a radio, but let me just show you what came in the box also first. First of all, I got this. It's pretty useless for me unless I travel to Europe, so I probably won't be using that. Probably just throw it away actually, or I might just keep it for travel. It did come with this, and this actually is able to be used with the supplied USB-C and A. So, but this is how I'm going to charge it most times anyhow. I won't be carrying this with me. I probably won't even use it at home because you can USB-C charge it anyhow. But it did come with one. Now it also came with this little lanyard. I don't usually put those on, but it did come with it. Came with a belt clip. Another thing I usually don't put on, and this belt clip doesn't use any screws, it just clips in. Maybe we'll show that later. It came with a programming cable, which is kind of nice. So, and I think that programs through the side. We'll look at that later. This radio is a little bit different. Doesn't have the usual Kenwood style sides where you plug in the mic and external mic and a microphone. Now it did come with these two. This one is shortwave antenna, and this is an AM antenna. They work in perfect conditions and stuff. When I do show you guys the HF stuff, I'm going to show you off my doublet. It's just a better antenna altogether. And finally, it did come with a owner's manual. The owner's manual is it's in English and pretty much the same as most of them. And it also comes with two antennas. You have your standard length antenna, and then you have hopefully a higher gain antenna that's a lot longer. They're both for 2 meters and 70 centimeters. I don't know if we can read that or not. I'll try to. This camera doesn't focus real close, but that's what those are for. So let's just take a look at the radio now. The radio has a really nice screen. So I'll go ahead and turn it on. And you'll notice that it'll come up with a full band tuning. And that's because I've already switched that. As you can see, well actually let's get this over with. Let's pull this off. I've been wanting to do this. There we go. Really nice screen. Color screen, it's got the dark background. Pretty easy to see. Even in the sunlight you can see it. As you notice, it has 3 VFOs. So you can monitor 3 different frequencies at once, but you can only listen to 1 frequency at a time. All right. So if something comes in on this channel and then something comes in on this channel, it's going to be this channel because whichever one hits first is the one you'll be able to hear. To get this into like an HF mode, well, actually, let's just go over all the parts here. Let's look at the top. At the top, you have your regular antenna. This is for 2 meters, 70 centimeter, and most of that stuff. But underneath this one that looks like a knob, and this is where I hooked up HF at, in the center one here. You get your turning knob. On the side, you have your push to talk, and you have 2 buttons that you can program. This one's already programmed to turn it into, and I'll show that to you in a minute when we push that button. It'll go into the HF modes where you can tune in HF, but we're going to play with that just a little bit in a little bit. So we're on. Let's just get the screen back up, and so you have your menu button. Now the menus in this are a little bit different.
Settings.
So on the top here you have your battery, and it shows that I'm semi-charged. Okay, it's about 3/4. The basic settings, you go into each one of these. These are like these settings. These menus are. Is it different than most radios? You go into each one and it has its own little bank of memory stuff in there. Okay, let's just go down. These are like, it has menus and it has sub menus. So go down and just look at what's in there. You guys can stop it if you want to. And there's quite a few of them. I think I actually went through everything already. So if you go into basic settings, and then you have like voice prompt, key, and then you have a bunch of different things inside here. So if we go back, this is the back button. Let's go to key define, see what that says. So we go in there, and you have a bunch of different keys. We'll go back. This is an analog only radio, so it has a bunch of stuff. There are settings in here for APRS and stuff like that, but right at this point, it doesn't work. It might be something that they do later. So let's just go back again. And you have your channel settings, zone settings. Let's just hit that. Oops, I went back all the way, sorry. So we'll come back and zone settings, we'll open that up, and there's your zones for just different stuff here. It has a lot of stuff in here. Your FM radio, your time management. So we'll go into there. It's your timer, APO timer. And then you have extended options. And that's your GPS, APRS. This radio does not have any of that, so it might be something that later on, maybe through software, that they bring that back. Okay, so a ton of stuff. So let's just go out. We'll back all the way out again. Now, like I said, you have your push to talk, and your other button. These buttons can both be set for multiple things. On the side here, you have, I remember which way to open it. Looks like it opens this way. There's your charge port right there for your USB-C charge. So if you take this off, that screw actually does not come out easy to start with, period. All right, and you look under this cover. This has like what would be a Motorola type setup, okay? Different than most radios in this class, the Chinese radios. So most of them have the Kenwood setup. So we'll just put that back. So when you first turn this radio on, it will only do UHF and VHF. I'm going to show you how to actually turn it on to full band tuning. Now, if you want to be able to tune other frequencies like HF stuff, we have to open the radio up a little bit. So we're going to turn it off. We're going to take the down button right here. We're going to hold that. We're going to turn the radio back on. Now it says full band tuning. So now you can see down here it's on 27500. Okay, we're down there now. That's this button right here that changes the VFOs. So we should be able to go in. Hopefully I'm in the right mode here. Let's do 0, 2, 8, 4, 0. Okay. Now it will transmit on FM on 10 meters and 11 meters. So that's something different. See, we have all these different ones. So if somebody happened to come in and we actually heard that, it would come on that one. The VFOs, like I said, work independent. You can have 3 on there, but if this one hits first, that's all you're going to hear. And I got them all on VFO. But let's go to another one here. Excuse me. So let's just go 146,520. Okay. And then we can go to another one. 146,580. And now we have 2 different 2 meters and the calling frequency, and this is like a lot of SOTA guys will be on 580. So that was probably 2 that I would set if I'd go out on a SOTA or something. I'm packing and carrying this radio. So the screen is really nice. I do like the screen, and like I said, you can charge it. In fact, let me see if I got a cable that can reach to here. That's USB-C. I think I do. It's going to be close. So let me lift this up. Let's just see what it does when we charge it. And I don't really see anything. Let me turn it off and see if something happens. Oh, it's up here. So you see the light up here. It's hard to see. If I unplug it, the light goes off. So it's not that hard to see. It just didn't look very bright. So now it's charging. So that's your charge light. That's also, let's go, so we're in 580. That's also your transmit light. And I believe when you receive it goes green, I think, on receive. Let me get a radio and we'll try that. Okay, I'm on 146.520. I've got another radio here. And let's just see if they receive. And it goes green. KK6USY testing. All right, so I figured it out. So you have to go into the, first of all, these are all these letters and numbers and stuff, they're all backlit. If you guys can, if I close it off there, you can kind of see it. So that's kind of a nice feature. I didn't notice that earlier or mention it. So you go into here, go into basic settings. Now I'm going to go backwards. And you're going to go to multi-standby. And it comes off because I didn't change it. So I turned it on, saved it. And now, let me go back out. I'm on 520, 146, 520. My other radio's on 438, 500. And then here we go. Testing 1, 2, 3. KK6USY. As you can see, now it works. So that's how you get that to work. I don't know. I would think that would come on when you actually have the radio, when you buy the radio. But so that's how you fix that. And there was something else I wanted to show you again. Oh yeah. So if you go into, so mine had CTC on it. And it was receiving, but it wasn't. There was no audio. So you go into the menu, and you come down and you go to channel settings.
Channel settings.
And when you go into channel settings, you click on the CTC DCS. Now, as you can see, I'm on the off one, but when I got on there, I was here. So now you have to go the star button, and that switches you. And then you come to the off one, and then you select off. Because that's stuff you want in your channel modes when you want tones and stuff. So you don't want that on just 146 520. And then you just back out like you regularly
Channel
would.
settings.
So now everything's working nice. I was a little frustrated to start with it, trying to find that, but in the end, it's working out really well. All right, so I've set this up for a long press to go to the band scope, and you have to do that in the menu system. But if I press this and hold it, it comes up with a band scope. I have it set for 144/200, which is the calling frequency. It is, like right now it says it's an FM. So you can change that by pushing the minus button here, or the menu button. That's AM. And now it's an SSB. Let me show you how to do this. So let's go out of it. So we back out. We go into the menu.
Basic settings.
You go to key define, which is one down.
Key definition.
Key definition is what they call it. You go in, and I went all the way down to 1. I chose that, okay. And then spectrum came up. I had to go to spectrum. It's number 17. And you say okay again. And now when I back out, now when I push long press, it comes up. Different ways you can buy this. You can buy just the radio. There's like 3 different kits, and one kit is $79.99. One is $76.99. One's $71.99. And one is $68.99. You just have to check which one you want. All right. So there are 4 different choices there. I've got the meter on here, and for you eagle-eyed guys, there is not an antenna. It has that built-in dummy load, so I'm not going to ruin the radio. So let's go to 446. Let's see what happens here. And it shows it's right on. That's the calling frequency for the US and Canada. Here's the power. So 6.15 watts, about 6 watts. And this battery's it's about a little over half charged. We can do 435. Let's do 435. Just do it for another one. Okay. So power, almost 7 watts there, 6.9. 1, 4, 6, 5, 2. Oh, that's the calling frequency. Let's just do power. 8.2 almost 8.6, 8.5, 8.5 watts. That's good. Let's just do the SSB one, see if it's any different. But it'll still be FM 144200. Still 8.5 watts. 222. We'll just go down. I've already got it in here. So that's on the bottom one down here. I don't know if it actually puts out here, but it does have it on there. And 0.1 watts. So nothing really. Okay. All right. So I have to change meters. So this is 27205. 4.3 watts. There we go. So let's do 10 meters. So 2. Let's do 9. I think that's where the repeaters will probably be. So 29500. We'll try another spot also. Let's just see what it does. So 3.8 watts. This is on a half charged battery. Let's just do 0, 2, 8, 4. And this is only FM. So 4 watts. All right, let's do 0. I don't know if this meter will do this. 5, 0, 1, 2, 5. So that's the calling frequency on 6. And about 4.7. There's probably some repeaters. I don't know what the repeaters are for that area, but it definitely works there. Now, I did see that, let's just try this also. I've never seen this one done. Let's see, 902. And let's see if it transmits here. This is the 33 centimeter band. Everything's into a dummy load, so it shows that it's doing out, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, I just wanted to try that one. Hopefully you guys could see all that. I'm just kind of holding it there for you.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Yeah, did you get Kilo Sierra 4 Papa Uniform Foxtrot?
Kilo Sierra 4 Papa Uniform Foxtrot. Got it on there now. So I'll write it down in case it doesn't go through. Alright, got that one on there, and then I'll get Witch Doctor on there here in a minute. I'm only able to enter about one call sign about every 15 seconds. Let me see here. Jimmy, A0JB, go ahead and take a look while I try to sort this out here.
Okay, yeah, looks like QRZ may be down the money.
On CW, Pandora sideband, and then I'll be rag chewing like this. And so, when I change different modes and things like that, I guess that's when I mainly use the features to get set up for that particular thing I'm going to do. And then, like you say, once you're operating it, I haven't touched the button since we've been talking, I don't believe. It's actually like.
So for the airband, I changed antennas. I wasn't thinking right. So I've got on a different antenna now, and it seems to be better.
On a 190 extra off on jet 580. 75, 23.
Actually picking up a lot. Picking up a lot more now.
Tango, 18.3 for 60. 12,105 for Tango. There, Gary. And who was the other station that said I was... Well, yes, I was out of breath. Yes, because I'm old and fat.
That was KK6USY.
Oh, Chuck, Boot. Yeah, you sound good up here.
Hey, how does this radio sound? It's that Iradio I was telling you about. It's a pretty cool little radio. It's HT, just hooked up 5 watts or whatever it's getting out, maybe 10.
Yeah, I like the little Roger beep on there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, no, it sounds just fine.
Yeah, I didn't bother to take the Roger beep off, but sorry about that. So you sound really good also. You're on Mount Vaca now? Or where are you at now?
Yep, up here at the pickle, just pulled in.
All right, so I'll probably catch you on Sideman a little bit later. Thanks for the QSO here, and it will help the video, so you might want to listen. Good audio for you, man.
Roger, Roger. Thank you very much. Yeah, the little radio sounds good.
All right, this radio does do crossband repeat, so if you go into the menu and basic settings, and I think it is number 28, so we'll go backwards. And you see UV repeater. So you can go in here and you can turn it on. Now you can set one of your buttons, like the red button on the top or one of the other two buttons, to be a quick access for this. I don't think I would use this on this radio, but some people might want to. So it is an option. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. So if you take the battery off and you want to put this on, that is the way to do it. Now you don't have to squeeze it quite so far. You push this in there, push it down, it locks in. And to take it off, you just have to push the button and pull it back up. So pretty easy. So we have a 7.4 volt, 2400 milliamp hour battery. And it's fairly compact and stuff, but I do believe it's going to last quite a while. I haven't had too much problems. I mean, I've never charged it really, and it's still got half or better. And then here's the back of the radio. You get your kind of waterproof seal there for the battery, so that's good. And Iradio electronics, 10-watt radio, UV 98 plus, and there's your frequency ranges. All right, guys. So make sure if you are using this on like 6 meters or 11 meters or 10 meters that you're using the appropriate antennas for it so you don't hurt the radio. Well, I hope this video helps you guys out if you're looking at this radio and trying to make a decision on it. There's so much in this radio that it can do, and you can't cover all in a single video, and try to keep it at 15 minutes. Remember, if you do like the video, try to hit the like button. If you're new here and you like content like this, hit the bell, hit the all. That way you'll get all my future videos. I'm Chuck, KK6USY for Ham Radio Adventures. Thank you for just spending your time with me today. I know your time is valuable. 73 all, and hope to catch you guys on the airwaves. This is a really nice radio, guys. It really is. 73 all.